Gotta show him I can still rap though. Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. Run it up. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the back like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and they grind me. Now I'm on my game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my ring when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Now I got a buck for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. Kids if he won't take a lazy day. Wifey when me told me take a break. I keep going to the paper street. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I'll get it done. I said it before, I'm a 101. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock it tech. You want that chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch? Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car cards to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault. I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. If it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it change cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green.
Right. I'm surprised he didn't put the start
You should
field.
start with that just because
I'm sorry, Sir X-Man. Am I supposed to be nut hugging Halo right now? Because they actually came out with new content. What is up, people? We are live.
When did you stop nut hugging Halo?
Huh? I haven't played in a long time, bro.
That's what I'm talking about.
I haven't played in a long time, brother. But I will say, But I will say,
language, he started the show.
I will say, I am trying to say, I did jump in, and I do have thoughts, and I do have opinions. But that is right.
Yes.
Halo Infinite does indeed have content, people. Are you playing? Is the panel playing? That's one of the questions. One of the questions we got for tonight. What is going on, chat? What is up, panel? It's good to see everybody here. Guys, you know what to do. You just got to hit that thumbs up button. Let people know that we are live right now, and we are going
share
in.
it out. Share it out, everyone. Let's go.
Let's do this. Get that share army going. But, yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Tonight. I want 1 million views by the end of the week. Let's go, people.
Oh. I like where you're going with that, brother. I like where you're going, man.
I like it too, because I'm gonna finally get some money. Let's go.
There we go.
We're gonna get paid.
We got to hit that 1 million views, man. We got it. That's the line right there. We got to cross that, man.
Yeah,
but
you know what? Bob will come up with some way to be like, no, it's got to be 2 million.
What up,
Just be like, no, it's got to be 2 million, bro.
Damn, man.
Welcome to the party.
It's amazing to hear Dark talk about me sometimes. It's like, damn, am I really? Never mind. I'm not even gonna put that question out there. I'm not gonna put it. I'm not gonna do it, guys.
You really want us to answer that question?
We got to get into the intros, man. So, like, I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna start off in the West Coast. He is here. He is talking shit. He is the angry otter, of course. It is my brother Dark Optimus. Dark Optimus, what is up, man?
What's up, man? Happy to be here, man. You know, I love doing this stuff. So, you know, it's time to get into the show. You know?
I can't wait to hear all the good stuff you're gonna say about Halo. It's gonna be great, man.
All the good stuff I'm gonna say about PlayStation and how they're just the best company ever.
Dude,
he's going balls deep, people.
Dude, if you spend another $500, you can play like a kind of like Polygon type, I guess, football game that's in VR. Did you guys see that, yo? Dude, I looked at that football game and I was like, yo, NFL 2K back in like what year? Did it better?
2005.
Did it better with the first person, man?
VR is very challenging. That's all
crazy.
They'll say.
That is crazy, man. That is crazy. But no, it's good to have Dark on, man. We already started having a blast behind the scenes, so I can only imagine where the show's going tonight. Let's see. Next on the list, we got the OG gamer himself. You guys don't know this, but he is getting residual paychecks as we speak because he is the man who said that the Atari needed wood paneling. That is right. He is the reason why there was wood paneling on the Atari console. It is Sir X-Man. What is up, bro?
Right, wood grain.
That's fake wood. That's a panel. That's not wood, man.
That's faux wood grain.
That's
faux wood grain.
What's up, Sir X-Man? How you doing, bro?
I would like to give you a compliment, Xbot.
Oh shit.
Your mic today is stupendous.
Really?
Really?
That's because.
Why do you give this man compliments?
That's because God. No, that's because God works miracles, bro.
To talk more.
I think that's the biggest word I've ever heard Sir X-Man actually say.
Holy shit!
That means
he said stupendous.
That means he's gonna talk more, everybody. So be ready for it.
Spectacular.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? Let's get this show going and. You know, praise to the mighty K Mega on Tuesday with that show we did. That was stupendous. All right, let's go.
What show on Tuesday? What show on Tuesday?
Yeah, I say what show on Tuesday?
The one we did with NLG. That was a stupendous show, man.
Who?
Never mind.
No, yeah, that was fine.
that was a great show, man. We even got him in trouble and he had to re-edit it.
All right, well, Sir X-Man, since you put in such energy to have such a great show, what was it? This previous Tuesday, I know you're gonna go all in 110% tonight, bro.
No, I'm gonna be laid back for you.
All right, well, I was gonna say next on the list, man. I gotta get the intros, man. We gotta get to topics here. I gotta get the man, the inventor. Dare I say creator of #CrispyTruth. If you want a strong opinion from a gamer, you just got to go to this dude, and you just got to talk to him, man. Just ask him a question, and he will give you the honest opinion. It is Crispy Bomb. Crispy Bomb, what is up, bro?
You have questions? I have answers.
Oh no.
Yeah. I just want to say to that person that decided to insult my intelligence, you got a big bird right in your forehead, and I mean, it could turn into a fist at some point because I ain't no dummy, and I'm also pretty freaking good at what I do. And that man, I apologize to you because I just don't understand how you could even come out of what I said. And then to act like you're the supervisor of the entire Twitter universe and talking down to people is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have been drunk on many shows. But holy hell, can you put your thumbs in your damn pocket and shut the hell up? For the love of God.
When he said thumbs, I didn't know where he was going with that. I was like, oh no, where's he going to take?
I was like, no idea who he talking about.
This could go left real quick.
Oh man, yeah, I have a feeling Chris, he's getting into it on Twitter, right? Is that where this is going down, bro? You out there in the Twitter streets, bro?
I mean, some people use thumbs for different reasons, but yeah, I mean, my thumbs happen to type on my stupid phone, and I don't know, man. I just, you got to go right to insulting somebody's intelligence. You're not winning the argument. It's just not logical. We're talking about games here,
if you're talking about the person I'm thinking you're talking about, you got to remember the person has experience in absolutely every single field ever created on Earth, and therefore you can't really battle what he says.
He's the supervisor.
Yeah,
he is the supervisor.
He knows everything, yo. It's okay, man.
Supervisor, damn.
Crispy, text me so I know who you talking about.
He doesn't know.
I don't know who you talking about.
See, here's a compliment for you. You actually know who the frick I'm talking about, dude. I'm trying not to swear because I know
I'm not in these Twitter.
Yo, we'll say Cocktail Kathy. It's Cocktail Kathy. Yo, that's who it is.
I still don't know.
Cocktail Kathy, man. But all right, yo, let's
text you down the road, so then you'd be like, oh.
Let's get through this. Yo. Next on the list, coming live from the 405, and he's just trying to talk to the intelligent gamer. That's why he's here every Thursday. K-Mega, what is up, bro?
Oh shit! It ain't every Thursday. Hell, you've been. I'm thinking we about to go ahead and I'm about to use Thursday nights for
Halo.
Like to stream or something because I'm like I said maybe Body's looking at retirement. I'm like it is what it is.
Last week was crazy. I got a condition where like I don't know I'm hungry until I'm over hungry. Like. Where it's kind of like imperative I eat, so I actually have to like force myself to eat like a snack here or there throughout the day or whatnot. But I didn't
say your new girlfriend put it.
I didn't do it, man. And like, dude, I felt like garbage. Like I was dizzy. Like fucking, I had to go to bed and go to sleep. Like, cause low blood sugar. It's crazy, man. But it was an issue. But I'm back. I'm good. It doesn't happen a lot though. It's very rare. Very rare, man.
That was rare, but everything else is. I was like, man, well, the mic.
It's been crazy. It's been a crazy year, bro.
Crazy. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Everybody enjoys the break. I'm just saying, like, hey, it is what it is. But I'm like, well, shit. You say every Thursday. I'm like, no, it ain't.
He's like, you need to check yourself on that one, man. It's like every other Thursday.
Right?
Yeah.
We went bi-weekly. We didn't even know it.
Yeah. We turned bi-weekly. Didn't even know. Whatever the case may be. But man, yeah, good to be here. Yobi, I see you talking about me. Turn on my mic. I turned it up. Hopefully you can hear me. If you're not, so what?
Yeah, you sound good, man. You sound good.
I'm tired as hell. I was over here dealing with my 140 plus pound dog all day today. So yeah, I was asleep. I was knocked out. My body said, hell to the no. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, but Briggs got his shots. He got groomed up, looking good. He was over there trying to max to some of the females out there. I'm like, bro, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
He's
We in a-
single. He
in a
can
good
do it.
establish.
He's single. He can do that.
Man, his fuck ass was slobbering and trying. Don't do that. Don't do that. Man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, man. I taught you better than that, man. But anyway, but yeah, look, happy to be on the show, man.
Yeah. K-Megan sloppy dog. Yeah, like,
Just messy, just messy.
I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
He's
You know, Megan's kind of sloppy himself. You know.
he tried to throw it down. He tried to throw it down. He can't get G'd up at all though. Like he's slobbered all over the
Man,
place.
You can ask any woman I've ever been with. I ain't never
Oh,
been
no.
sloppy, boy. I'm telling you. that meat rocket always took care of business, boy. Anyway, all right, let's go.
Anyway, we got to give a shout out to our brother Predator, who is not here tonight. Just to let you guys know, there was an important meeting that needed to be held. It deals with OnlyFans and kind of like the upper 1% of accounts or something like that. So he had to go deal with that business. So we'll see him next week. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know if they're trying to take even more money from his channel. I don't know. Maybe Dark knows. Maybe when I start talking to Dark about something, it might pop up. I don't know.
He invited me, and I just, was like, "Daddy, don't have the money, bro."
I'd say he invited you, but it was for an entrance fee, bro. Like, don't act like that shit was free.
Yeah, it wasn't free.
It wasn't free.
Definitely not free.
Dang.
All right, so get to topics.
Yeah, let's get to it, and let's start off on a good news, on good news, and
Oh, the new Gears is coming out.
let's go to 343 and let's go to Halo because season 3 is out, people, and like I said at the beginning of the show, there is content, there is multiple maps, there is a season pass that actually has stuff people want to get. There's been a revamp of the shop again. Prices look better, even better. They are dividing things up even more and offering them, kind of like selling stuff individually. There is a new mode called Escalation Slayer, which I gotta say is a lot of fun. Basically, after you get so many kills on the map, the team gets upgraded on their loadouts, and before you know it, you're rocking like sniper shoddy, freaking the steel spike gun, and all sorts of craziness, man. It gets absolutely insane. I gotta say,
That's
not
like what Call of Duty does. They
not
have
a,
a mode like that.
yeah, it's
Gears.
well.
Yeah.
They got rid of it.
To have it in kind of like the smaller, the not the big team battle, but just a regular team deathmatch type scenario, it was a lot of fun, man. I gotta say the new maps are a lot of fun as well. I played them extensively because there is a special event going on, and it focuses on the new game mode and the 2 new maps as well as other things as well. But I will have to say, and I think there has been a graphical kind of like boost to the game. Like I'm seeing things that look like ray tracing in the menu, at least. Like when your Spartan is hanging there with your fire team, you're waiting to go in. But like overall, it just seems like there's a lot of like smoothness in the graphics, in the gameplay, all that good stuff, man. I gotta go to K-Mega first on this one. When it comes down to it, I look at the panel. I'm like, who is gonna get in there when it comes to Halo? And
I could tell you right now, just real quick, I have no thoughts. I don't hate on people that love a game, and that is all.
okay, we got that.
Well, I'm the opposite. I loved it. I was enjoying it.
Okay, but I will get to you, Sir X.
Sir X, man, you gotta stop
Yo,
doing that jumping shit.
He tried to cut
can't
in.
do that.
K-Mega, he tried to cut in. He's like, nah.
man, Yeah. This ain't NLG. This
you
ain't
can't-
RGRG.
You can't
You
use a senior citizen discount card here to cut in line, bro.
Hey, on GRG, we getting back to the ejectocito, cuz. We getting back. Let them have it. Anyway.
Let's get it.
All right.
All right, so
Yo, Mega, I gotta ask you. First off, I kind of guessed that you played since the new season came out. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Now, did you get a chance to like check out the season pass, check out the store, like check out like kind of like the layout and stuff? So, dude, you got to give me your general thoughts here because it's interesting. A lot of people did kind of back away from this game. You know, for the diehard, you got the MCC right there. You got the Master Chief Collection. You know, a lot of people were waiting for this content to see, you know, what 343 was going to do. I think they did a lot of good things here, but I need to hear from you, man. What's going on with this game with K Mega?
No, I think it's great. I mean, right off the bat, I knew that this was going to be different because the drip was different.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was in love with it. Like the aesthetic of that big blocky, crazy Gen 1 aesthetic is gone. Now, when they was doing it with Reach and you know, you know, other entities like, you know, that is known that we know that use Gen 1, that's cool. I like that. You know, and even the Samurai one, I was expecting that the Samurai would be a little bit more crispier, but it still was cool, right? Like, I get that. But, like, it was just the aesthetic.
It's like old earthy tones and stuff.
It was just too trying to just give a love letter to Halo 1 through 3. And I'm like, man, that's not what Halo Infinite should represent. It should represent every different type of Spartan look that's out there.
Yeah.
You know, from going from Halo from Gen 1 all the way to whatever the Chief would look like, you know, what Chief looks like now, whatever the case may be. But I that was the first surprise to me, and I'm like, okay, all right. And then see, now this is the one thing that kind of, not, it doesn't upset me, but it makes me like, damn, the potential is so there when you first see the cinematic story. Just kind of like with the last one, like they're setting this up, but it's only just, you just get that block and then it's just this whole multiplayer piece. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like what they were trying to do with Titanfall 1 way back in the day, where you had a little some story, but it was mostly just the more multiplayer aspect of it. Now, again, I haven't been just knee-deep diving for hours upon hours because I haven't had the time. But I was hoping that, but from when I'm like, damn, this could be some great DLC content that could be played in a single-player experience, as well as the content that they're dropping into the multiplayer. Because it looked beautiful. It was that damn AI, that banished AI is wild. Like he's a nut. You're too afraid. That was so dope. And then so, like, you know, I just enjoyed looking at it. It was beautiful. I will have to say this as well, because I know a lot of people question the slip space engine, but
that shit look crispy right now, bro.
Yeah, but I think because once they changed the aesthetic and the fact that it does look crispy, I've seen it on the Xbox, and I seen it on the I played it on the God box, on the new God box, the PC now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my PlayStation replacement.
He's gonna be a PC gamer now.
PC elitist,
bro. I've always been a PC gamer, but I'm an Xbox console first gamer. I play on everything.
Yo, Dark, you hear that smirk? You hear that smirk when he was talking? Like, I heard the smirk on his face when he was talking.
This is my new toy. Of course, I'm going to play on it for a little while. Then I'm going to come back home where I belong. But anyway, goddamn it is crazy. I am. Listen. I know what I need. I know what my brain is not thinking. The flesh knows what it wants, right? The flesh wants me to stay PC Master Race, but the mind and the spirit belongs to it.
Yo, Mega, it don't matter. So Game Pass is everywhere where you're talking, bro. Game Pass everywhere where you at, bro.
When that achievement popped up, I was very excited about it. Anyway, long story short, let's keep it real. Let's keep it moving. It was extra crispy. I said, oh my god. Oh. It was just, it was just so shiny, and look, and then I'm looking through the different, Spartans,
the different cores,
cores, and then like the colors, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yo, Mega, you saw, like, did you see that there is one core that very much looks like Halo 5, man. They got some
Bro,
them
I know.
glowy bits in there and stuff, bro.
I know, man. I was like, yes. So of course I got to play this season. And then the one thing also that I love that they did not change is that you can go back and you can play the other seasons as well.
Yes.
So I'm finna knock out this season, and then because I'm finna jump on some Halo heavy tomorrow. I'm sure Don will. I mean, not tomorrow, but Saturday. And I'm sure that Don will be down for that too. So should get to doing some streaming on that. But yeah, no, I'm very excited about it. Will this bring a lot of people back? I don't know yet. But the maps are good. I played that mode that you were talking about. It's very fast paced. It's really fun, interesting. I said okay, and then I played only like 3 of the new maps. So how many maps is all together there? Cause see, that part I don't know.
There's 2 regular like team deathmatch maps and 1 big team battle, I believe.
Okay. So I played,
and that's to me that's the perfect drop right there. Yo, you get 2 for the team deathmatch and 1 big team, like per content drop, man. That right there.
But I played also maps that were part of Forge that are now in the rotation. So that one of those maps were a Forge map that I played. It was really cool. But I don't. So if it's just 3, then I played a Forge map because I didn't play a big team battle map yet. But
okay, yeah, no, I didn't do the BTB yet. So.
Yeah. Yeah. But it feels better. I did see somebody post yesterday that they still had some hitches or whatever gameplay wise. I didn't have none. I mean, the responses was outstanding. Felt so much better. It felt like it did when we first played it back last year during the winter. Like in December. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this feels right. This feels really right. So I'm definitely going to be diving back in. I was not. I was displeased with the lack of content with Halo. I mean, it just goes to show that even though Halo is my favorite franchise next to Tekken, it's just that it's like, nah, man, you got to do the gamers right. And I just don't know if gamers will go back in droves like they did in the beginning. But it is worth people to come back and give it an opportunity. I will say that just because of that. And also my last point, the storefront, it did seem a lot more reasonable.
Yes. I bought the big one. I bought the big kind of like the bundle with the 2 core
I'm finna go
like filled with the attachments and stuff. Just because like there was one set I really liked in there, but when it came to the prices, I was like, yo, that is doable. That's doable right there. That's doable. That's fair. That's right. Like, and it's just like, I was like, you know what? They got the prices right. I'm going to spend some money on this thing. Like,
yeah, no, but I am pleased with season 3. If this is the kickoff to where Halo is going to keep continuing to drop the content like they're supposed to after this, then Halo is going to be in good standing. It will eventually garner to get people's attention. Again, I just don't know. Not right now. I think people are still hesitant because there's still a lot of titles that's out and then that's going to be coming out that's going to still hold people attention. But there's going to be a dry spot, a very short dry spot, maybe around the E3 calendar, maybe going through, maybe the end of June to July, maybe, but I don't know. Hell, maybe it's just so loaded this year that
June's starting to get crazy. Maybe not with game drops, but with game announcements and stuff, it's starting to get like insane with shows and shit. Yeah,
it's getting crazy because also, like, I mean, I said June, but damn, I mean. Look at Street Fighter 6 is going to drop in June. Diablo 4 is going to drop in June. And then there's other games that's going to be dropping in June too. So July is probably the only month, and I can't even count that because we don't know what's going to be dropping in July. So,
for real.
So I mean, I think it's going to still take a little time for gamers to get back on Halo like that. It might not ever get that way with Halo Infinite, but it will definitely come back if they decide that they want to make another Halo game and then do another big update and all of that. But I will say that the Slip Space engine if they decide to stick with the Slip Space engine, then they're okay because it looks phenomenal. It just needed the time to get the polish popping.
You know, a couple of things off of what you said, real quick. The story aspect that you were talking about, with the online multiplayer, it reminds me of Spartan Ops from Halo 4.
Wow.
An evolution of that, and I feel like there's no reason for them to stop that story from moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Because it obviously it's like it's one of those Halo World stories. Like it's going on parallel to the big kind of drama with Master Chief, but it can go on by itself as they're doing what they got to do to make the next iteration of the story, when it comes to the Chief. So they can keep dealing with that. But in terms of our droves of people coming back, I want to give you my opinion on that. What I look at this as is a great start. All right, we don't know, and we don't know in terms of the time for kind of the next content drop, when that's going to be. So I want to know kind of their scheduling on that. But this is a great start, and the season pass it's not kind of strictly tied to Halo from the past, like you were saying, the Halo Reach and everything like that. The military colors, the drab greens and all that good stuff. They finally turned that corner, and now we're getting black shiny armor with black and red kind of tiger stripes in the some craziness going on that people are gonna want to play for.
People care about the drip. The drip is way more important these days.
I know that from playing NBA with you, brother.
I know. I need to get back to playing with you guys. Yeah,
I'm killing it. I'm killing it, bro. I'm a Hall of Famer, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Say it.
No, come on now. No, I can't do that. But my last point, and sorry, Sir X-Man, because I know that we were supposed to play. But I played a couple. I think I played about maybe 4 matches, and then my ass fell asleep. Man, I was wore out. So, but yeah, come and join us Saturday. But I do think that if they keep on adding more, and like I said, don't ever take away the Gen 1 stuff, because there's people that are that's all they want. But expand that, and when they did this with this set, it just, that's showing me the progression that I feel that Halo Infinite and just Halo itself needs. And that drip, boy, that's hot. I'm gonna get it all. I'm gonna get all. Was
there a graphical upgrade? Do you do you see it as well? Or? Okay. I like.
Oh yeah, no. Well, that's why I went to the Xbox first, right, and then. I said, "Oh, this looks crispy."
Yo,
but then I'm over here.
I didn't say.
Yeah, I'm like, this look crispy. Hey. And then I said, "Hold on, yeah. Not East Coast crispy. This looks like like Oklahoma Southern fried crispy." Anyway, I know.
Wow. All right.
I know.
It wasn't Gears crispy. Okay, it was Halo crispy.
Yeah, but see. When I put it on that
scorcher in my hand, bro.
When I used that 4080 though, man, my God, that's the one thing that's kind of like my Xbox does not get enough credit for how they optimize their games on PC. Not even they should, because Halo now is in that category. Well, they should have already been in category 2, because even with the Master Chief Collection, it looks absolutely popping on PC, but Infinite with this new update, Forza, and then Gears, shit, boy, I'm telling you, man, it looks incredible. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That Slip Space engine is all right. If they decide not to go with Unreal 5 and just stick with Slip Space is going to be all right. But, they got to add more stuff.
Dude,
to it,
if
but
that
am pleased with it.
rumor about Unreal is true, we are far past them deciding whether or not to go this way or that way. If the rumor is true, they're on Unreal already. Like, you know,
already.
But the thing is, like, they can keep this multiplayer rolling and just keep adding content, and then, you know, have their team focusing on the story. You know, you have the story campaign team doing the whole Unreal thing. They could keep going with this multiplayer. It was free to begin with, like a free-to-play game. They can keep this engine if they want when it comes to the multiplayer and keep going with that. Like, I don't see a problem with that. But I don't know if they're gonna do that. But again, like it's a lot of fun, man. Like it put a smile on my face, and it was the first time in quite a while. Like I put in Halo Infinite, and when I did, after a while I looked up and like 4 hours had passed, and it felt like I just got 2 rounds, and like it felt like I just started, and it was a good feeling, man. But let's get to Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man, have you tried Halo since Season 3 dropped, bro?
Yep.
Yes, go ahead. What do you think?
And what you were talking about graphically, the characters got a lot more sharper in detail.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I enjoyed it. Like, there was this map that I played called Eternal. You know, when I was checking out just, you know, when you could get that mode where you could get training and stuff like that, and it's like a little moon base, and it's like broken up planet and stuff like that, and it made me feel like I was playing Lockout, man, and I loved it. And you forgot to mention the fact of you also now get XP for playing created maps now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Awesome. Yeah. I knew about that before Season 3 it was talked about.
Yeah, I don't play a lot of Forge maps unless
Community,
unless me or my friends made them. Yeah, and the reason why is like I like the balanced kind of like team deathmatch maps. You know, and a lot of other people, especially the Don likes to play games like Sumo and stuff like that, and he kind of drives.
I'm a capture the flag kind of person.
He drives me crazy. He used to drive me crazy with that sumo shit, man. Came back to you, remember? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I asked him one time. I was like, "Why does Bot hate that so much?" He's like, "You gotta have to ask him, man."
He made me hate it. He used to slip it out. He used to like sneak and like slide it in there when we were playing. I'm like,
Whoa, pause, bro. Pause.
Oh well, I'm sorry. My brain was not in the gutter at that point in time, man. But now I got the warning system. It's activated, okay, for future. But yeah, go ahead, Sir X-Man. What else, bro?
And I feel like I don't know why, it's just weird. It seems like the controllers got tighter. You know what I'm saying? It seems like the game got a little bit more accurate with the shooting mechanics. And I noticed that right off. And it felt really good. My targeting got better. The aim, the aim where you go, I don't know if it's aim assist or whatever, but it's like, you can lock on a person you're shooting at so much more better instead of it drifting off like it does sometimes real heavy. And I'm enjoying the new updates. I haven't had a chance to experience some of the maps online yet. I think I did 1 or 2 matches, but me after the first 2, I backed out and said, I want to do this with my friends. So I'll wait for that, and I'll stay in the training mode, which actually gives you a lot more options too. So I'm back on Halo, man, and I'm really enjoying myself. That's all.
Sir X-Man, I don't know how deep you go into Halo, but I will say, do you remember past Halos? Do you remember the gun, the DMR?
Yeah, it was like this something 40 now.
Well, yeah. Well, now they have it to where it's not, it's not really an aim down sight gun. It does a one shot. It's like bop, and you got it. It's not automatic or anything like that. Have you played with this version? Yeah. Like what do you think about it, man? I think it feels awkward.
That gun popped up when I was playing some training and stuff like that. I'm like, it's like a gun that's like almost like a shotgun style, but it like only shoots out one projectile.
That one bullet.
You
Yeah.
have to rapidly pull the trigger on it to get it to get the feel of it. But yeah, it's a devastating gun if you get for headshots.
You gotta get your hits. You gotta get your hits on it, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sweet gun, but I love the new progression, and I hope they give us more in a couple of months, man. Because
Yes.
I feel this game is about to resurge itself back to its glory. There's never been nothing wrong with Halo. I love Halo, but with more DLC, makes more people flow back to you.
Well,
that is the most important thing.
Dude, the thing is, like, we could be critical about a game and a franchise that we love if they're doing something that, it's just not going to be to the benefit of that franchise, of that game, that you're invested in. So,
right. They did it right.
There was some criticisms were justified in terms of their lack of content. And kind of like the fuzziness in the direction of their multiplayer. It just felt like they didn't know exactly where they were going in kind of like the long term at a certain point in time. But now it seems like they have a foundation, they have a blueprint, and they're kind of moving forward with it. And it's a good start. Go ahead, sir.
I said it on other shows, including GRG, where I really think those layoffs had an effect on them getting content out. People may say I'm wrong, but when you realize your job is on the line and you were being lackadaisical, that does affect your production.
You want to hear something crazy? A lot of those people that got laid off, they got laid off as soon as that content was done. Then they're like, "See ya."
That's what I've been trying to say. It's like, if you bring it, people will come to you, man. And Halo's not dead. It's never been dead. But to draw people back, just like Fortnite and those other games, you need to bring content out. And this time, I like it because you told me about when they bring seasons, they ended like in about, a month, 2 weeks or something like that. If you bring seasons, keep them as part of the game, just like the other people do. Don't just give it for a minute, then take it away.
Well, yeah, no,
that's your mode.
That's a good thing about Halo Infinite. When you do buy a season, like you don't have to complete it within a certain point in time. You can always go back and activate that season, and go and earn to get like the rewards within that season because you purchased it. It'll always be available to you, and that's a good thing.
I was mostly talking about the modes that they make. And then they take away after the season.
Yeah, oh, good point. Good point.
Keep those modes there. You can take away the season if you want, but if you bring in new modes, let them stay
Keep
there.
That Escalation Slayer. Yo, that is fire. That mode is absolute fire, man. I'm having fun.
A good mode.
I'm having fun, man. Like you said, it's quick. It's quick, but you still have that drama of that one-on-one, that Halo drama of that one-on-one gunfight where you're wearing down the shields and stuff, a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, that mode was fun. I enjoyed that mode, man. I didn't win that much, but I enjoyed that mode. So, there are some things.
Mega, we might have to carry Sir X, man. Get him a couple victories.
Oh no, I'll just give my son the controller.
It don't feel as good, man. It don't feel. I don't know.
I know, but I'm enjoying the new season, and I hope they keep making more seasons like that. But I just say keep the modes that you create. Keep the modes.
Nice.
That's all.
Nice.
All right, next you can go.
Yo, Dark, man. I gotta get you in on this because we used to play Halo. We used to play Halo Guardians, man. We used to have a lot of fun. We used to party up and destroy randos, man. That's what we used to do. I don't know. Have you looked into what they're doing here with season 3 and kind of like what they're offering people?
All I gotta say is, who cares? My God,
millions of gamers do, bro. Millions.
Halo died when it came out. Okay.
Oh wow. So did Forsaken.
Yeah, but we all
Forspoken.
knew that game was gonna die as soon as it came out, anyways.
Yeah.
We didn't hype. At least I didn't hype Forspoken. I knew that game was going to be trash.
It's not
Yeah,
trash
Halo.
though. That's what's crazy though. That it's not a bad game.
No, I know it's not trash, but I knew it was going to be. It wasn't going to be on par to what people were expecting it to be. But for Halo, man, like I've said before, I said on GRG, I'll say it here. I've grown out of Halo. Period.
He's a hater.
Okay.
I still like Gears though, but Halo just.
Just
I've grown
stop
out of it.
trying to kiss Crispy's ass real quick and throw that
I'm
Gears
just
thing
saying,
in there, man.
Gears has a better story. Gears has a better multiplayer in general for the most part. So it's just all around as of right now in this state of consoles. Gears is better.
Man, you're smooching that ass real good, bro.
I appreciate you sharing your opinion in the matter, and that's pretty much what that was. There was no real fact there at all. But what it comes down to,
it might not be facts,
I
but
do
it's an opinion.
disagree.
Yo, we'll do the what is it? Men in Black 3. Agree to disagree. Like that's it.
Yeah.
But all right, and we already, Crispy already threw in his thing. So let's move on to the next subject because, Dark, what the hell's going on with Jim Ryan, bro? What the hell is going on with this man and his craziness? It seems that Jim Ryan has basically came out and said pretty much, I think what everybody on this panel kind of already knew. There's no deal that Jim Ryan and PlayStation will willingly sign because they don't want the deal done. They don't want the merger to happen. They want it blocked, or they want Microsoft to be forced to sell off the Call of Duty franchise. Dark, where did this come from, bro? Did he really say this, man?
All I know is apparently he said it. I don't know why. I wish he would just keep his fucking mouth shut. To be honest.
No, he won't do that. He's got to talk in Brussels.
he's making the PlayStation brand look bad. To be honest,
It's already been bad this generation, but keep going.
Ooh!
no, it has not.
Ooh!
No, come on. It has not. Get out of here. It wasn't like Xbox last year where they had no fucking games at all. So,
Player exclusives.
We'll see what
They
happens in
had-
2024.
I'm sorry. Were we talking about Xbox real quick? Or
We're
were we talking about
talking
PlayStation, man? I don't know. It's weird.
What happened in 2024? Should be happening today. What are you talking about? Get out
I
of
mean,
here.
look, I mean,
That's like saying wait till
So talk to
E3.
me. All right,
That's
just talk.
Guys,
just talk to me.
nobody can hear what you're
What's
saying.
coming- I know.
All right.
So what's coming out of a PlayStation other than Spider-Man that we know and Final Fantasy that we know of so far?
We know Spider-Man's coming out. We know that Wolverine's coming out. Not this year, but it's coming. We know that Final Fantasy, of course. We know that Little Devil Inside, which is an indie game, is coming out. We know of what else is there. Let me see.
They haven't really said too much for the year.
Yeah. Keep going. I mean, we know tons of VR.
I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing. I'm just.
I need to know. Since y'all was over here talking about 2022, which y'all had every right to talk. We've been there. We've been there. But if all you got the roster is two Final Fantasy games and Spider-Man, which Spider-Man's going to be very, very huge for you guys. And you have Forspoken, which y'all don't even acknowledge, and then you're talking about an indie. Ooh, that's not, bro.
No, I gotta. Dark does not deserve getting the entire Pony Defense Force mentality on his shoulders. It's not right. I'm just saying
a little bit because he's been slandering shit the last couple
I've
weeks.
been slandering K-Meg all week. It's been broken.
He has. Go ahead. Answer your question, brother. I just wanted to do that.
But you know what it is, man. I wish that Jim Ryan would just shut up. Just shut up, man. Just shut up, dude. Just seriously, just shut up. Like, just don't.
I mean,
just let Xbox fucking take this deal. Like, They
Well,
never.
it
said
looks
that they
like
were
it's going to happen anyway. Like
But
that.
that's the thing. They never even said that they weren't going to keep Call of Duty off of Xbox. I mean, off of PlayStation. They never said it. So it's like, I think their main concern is like what is kind of like how they're talking about with Bethesda. You know, like how certain games are just not going to go to PlayStation and stuff, which is their prerogative. But a big franchise like frickin' Call of Duty, man, that is not just going to go on one console. I'm sorry, but it's just not.
Well, dude,
it's too huge.
What do you think about kind of like Sony's reasoning for why they don't want Microsoft to own Call of Duty? They're talking about things about them putting bugs into the game, like for the last chapter of the game, and
the
like
reason why they're saying that is because they do it. It's because
they're howling at the
that's why they're
moon
doing that.
and begging.
Let me finish, dude. Let me finish. It's because they're doing that. They've been doing that for years with Xbox games.
Really, I don't remember any bugs or anything that they talked about.
Like anything that they have a marketing ploy with. Well, if they don't do that now, then why are they so scared of Xbox doing that in the future? Like, why are they so scared of that? That's so stupid.
Precisely.
It's so dumb.
Great point.
It's so dumb because it's like come on, man. Like, honestly, either let fucking Xbox have this shit, or just shut up. Just stop. You know, like, you're not making yourself look better. You're making yourself look worse because you haven't had a fucking showcase in how many freaking years? Over a year now. You haven't had a showcase. Your last state of play was garbage compared to most state of plays. The only saving grace for that freaking state of play was the VR stuff, and that was about it. And not everybody's into VR, so, you know, what else? You know, why are you freaking doing this? You know, and I think Jim Ryan's just not the right fit for Sony. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if later on, when Jim Ryan gets out of his chair that he's in, people say, well, yeah, he just wasn't the right fit for us, to be honest.
So hold on, are you predicting that they're going to fire him in the future? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, it's gonna happen for sure. Yeah, if it keeps going.
You tried to walk around that, but man, you know I'm gonna hold you to the fire, bro.
This is a far in between from GRG Friday night. I'm just saying.
Well, it's because I was messing around on GRG. It's so much fun, you know. You should know that I mess around.
People don't know that, though. I had to let you confirm.
Dark says he goes to GRG to feed the trolls. That's what he just said right there.
It's so true, dude. It's fun though. Like, it's fun to do that. Sometimes I just get bored and I just want to troll. Why not? It's fun. Sometimes I just don't feel like it. But yeah, for this, I'm just like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, stop. Just shut up. Like, you're having a good generation with the PlayStation 5. Like, just let it ride, man. Just see where it goes, you know. Like, it just stop.
Dark.
Like, it's not even a big deal if Xbox gets Call of Duty, to be honest. Like, because not every PlayStation gamer is like totally into Call of Duty, like, you know, like that. You know, there are a lot more, of course, yes, but not everybody's into it, as you know, you can see. Like, I mean, I played pretty much almost every Call of Duty in existence, right? But how long do I ever actually play that game? Not very long. I play it for maybe like a month, and then I drop it like a freaking hat, you know, because it just becomes repetitive after a while. Like, Call of Duty, the only reason why it's so popular and why it garners a following is because, to be honest, casuals and we know who most of the casuals are out there.
Name recognition. That's what.
Yeah, it's name recognition. It's also kids love playing that freaking game. You know, like you know, back in the day, like you'd hear kids in the freaking on the mic saying crap and stuff like that. It's just
so many 14-year-old stepfathers of mine. You know.
Yeah, man. It's wild, man. You know, it's just I don't get it, man. I don't get this.
On the real, Microsoft can do nothing to please Sony, unless it's like just drop this whole thing, which they won't do. I mean, you're talking like $70 billion. You're talking a lot of money. You're talking a lot of money to be made as well. With the franchises like Call of Duty staying on every platform and them just raking the money in. Like it's not about that. It's not about that. It's the point that
you think that Xbox is gonna do dirty to PlayStation like PlayStation's been doing to Xbox? No, that's just not how they roll. That's not how they play. I mean, I know some of you guys believe that they will, but I don't.
No, I would say we
wanted
them to. I will say that. We have wanted them to at times. And now I see
I don't think they're going to do that.
I think their play is a little different now. You know what I mean? Like you know.
Well, they're not trying to. Xbox is not trying to funnel people to their console. All right, that's not their main. That's not their main business goal.
To funnel people to their service.
To their service, to their ecosystem, to their service. Exactly.
Exactly. The ecosystem, so they can hit that $3 billion. That's their whole drive, is to hit that $3 billion. That's it.
So even with Call of Duty being on PlayStation, if there are active users on PlayStation, then that's active users on the Xbox ecosystem because it's a game that they own. Therefore,
and
like
Sony don't like that.
No,
okay.
That's what it is.
We understand that in a way, but there comes a time where you go and say, "Why are you talking out of both sides of your mouth again?" Okay, and you're doing this to regulators, by the way. You're crying on one hand, and you're also complaining about what potentially could happen on the other hand.
Yeah.
And you are also, in those regions that we're talking about, the market leader. Now, the United States might be a different story, and we all understand that.
It is definitely a different story.
But in Europe, in the UK, they are clearly the market leader.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's where we go and look at this, and you say, Jim, why are you talking? And that's where I agree with you, Dark. Like, why are you even bothering with this? Like, you know, when Lulu comes out and says all these things, I'm going to tell you right now, none of it's been taken down. Nobody said, go, you know, you can't do that. Don't do it.
Why would you? It's all true.
And hold on, Crispy. Lulu, she's a part of Activision, right? Like Activision's legal team.
She's basically like the entire she's a spokesperson for Activision. It's not Bobby. It's her at this point.
Yeah, it's Lulu.
She's the CEO of communications.
Communications. All right.
She's going to be the CEO if Microsoft acquires them, because you look at where Todd and Pete, they're making probably more, but you know they have the same job. You know what I'm saying? Like make sure this game comes out right, and that's where you look at what they've done with it, and we're talking about new IPs. I am not really sure if Elder Scrolls, the next one, will come out or not. Like I sit here as an Xbox gamer and I say, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that Microsoft would be opposed to taking IPs that are established on all of their consoles and saying, you know what, you can have it.
No, hell no. No.
Dude,
I can't co-sign that. No way. Not Elder Scrolls.
You think Elder Scrolls?
Yeah. No.
You think Elder Scrolls is not going to go to PlayStation?
No, I think it is.
Absolutely not. No.
Oh, come on, K-Mega. You don't think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to come to... It's coming to PlayStation.
It will not. Stop. See, now you on your bullshit. No, absolutely not.
No!
Y'all were saying the same thing.
Xbox
okay.
wants to be a third-party with a service. That's what they want. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to remember this because they want to be a third-party publisher with a service, and that is the route they're going. And you can tell me it's wrong, but they have been showing that head for a while.
I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong right fast and let you finish. Because we had this discussion two and a half years ago. The same discussion about where Xbox's direction was going to be. Will they do this? We were doing this before. We were doing this with Bethesda games when they first got Bethesda. We was doing this with when they first talked about it when they got Ninja Theory. We were talking about all of these games even before we knew anything about a Starfield. And then it got ramped up even more because of the fact that because Microsoft always keeps talking about that they want to support everybody. They do the kumbaya shit. And lo and behold, what did they do? They did what people like that sees the bigger picture is that they kept Starfield away from everything. You want to play Starfield?
Starfield is a completely new IP. It's not established.
Okay.
Not.
I mean, that's a point. That is a point.
Okay, but this is
that's
a
what I've been
crazy
trying
point.
to say.
Because no. That's a crazy point. Because
why?
If you're trying to say, let me finish. If you're saying that a new IP is that's more jeopardy than anything. You would think that a new IP would get the green light to go everywhere, not an established IP.
Look, the established IP has to go everywhere.
I just have to say this, dude. Like, you have to understand that. If somebody says
Skyrim, if it's Skyrim, if it's like, let's say a Skyrim 2 or something like that.
Okay, Elder Scrolls
shit is
6,
not going.
That's what it's going to be, correct? I mean, I don't play Elder Scrolls. I play Fallout.
That shit is not going not going anywhere else. That is. I agree
God.
that play.
So you don't think Doom's
going
to come to PlayStation or Wolfenstein?
That's questionable. Wolfenstein will not.
This is
Are you kidding?
There's no way. Moment where I say Mega Bro.
Wolfenstein will stay on multiplayer.
Telling you, dude.
But Doom, I don't know. That's
No, dude.
I do agree to Crispy on this.
Now you agree.
I said to this degree. That they're
you've been sipping on Grandpa's cough medicine again? Huh?
No. What I'm saying, it sound like y'all on some medication out there. Y'all need to go in and drink some goddamn water or something. Y'all are a little hyped over there.
You are going so ham right now. This is beautiful, bro.
This is crazy.
Why is it crazy?
It's
an established IP. These are established IP.
An established IP would not a single player established. That's what Xbox needs under their portfolio, not to share.
Yeah, but if they're gonna make more money, putting it on PlayStation.
Yo, guys, check this out. Hold on, guys, check. Yo, real quick. Let me just throw something out there because we're talking about the next Elder Scrolls, which we all know ain't gonna be out anytime soon. So I think more or less. With what Microsoft and Xbox are doing, they're doing something that hasn't really been done in this industry before. I think Dark is partly right and partly wrong. Like, I think the thing that's wrong is declaring third party. I think they're looking even beyond that. They have their own service, they have their own console, but their service is on multiple devices. That's their whole thing. That's their whole niche. They're not thinking like everybody else. So when it comes down to exclusivity, I don't know what Elder Scrolls is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be exclusive or not.
To Xbox and PC.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'll put a game on that. There's no way that
anybody want to pick up that bet? Anybody in here?
I'm down.
You already said Elder. You told me Rod Ferguson leaving was the death of Gears, and that shit got better. You got High Busters after.
Who said that? Said that? I never said that. What are you talking about?
I'll tweet it out in like a day or two when I find it.
Yeah, you won't find it.
Did somebody take you? Hold on. Did somebody take you up on that bet, K Mega? That's all I wanted.
I think K Mega's off his rocker tonight because there's absolutely no reason why Xbox would keep Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom,
I didn't say that.
Wolfenstein off the
I said
PlayStation. It just
game.
makes
I
no
said,
sense.
I said, we're talking about Elder
is coming to
Scrolls.
PS.
All right, yo, one at a time, people. One at a time. All right.
All right.
You're just getting a bunch of mess.
Legends is coming to PS Plus. Think about that. Okay.
What?
They are becoming.
Yeah, it is.
Third party.
No, I didn't hear what he said. I didn't know what the hell
He said Minecraft Legends is going to PlayStation Plus, which is true.
Yeah, it is.
Everything. That's a different animal,
No,
bro.
it's just
Like,
a different animal.
It is a different animal.
How do people feel about COD, Elder Scrolls, even Fallout? Okay, how do they feel about them? How does Bethesda support their certain IPs? It only
If that's
makes
the
sense
case, then why is Starfield exclusive?
if it's gonna make
It's a new
because
IP.
Why
it's
is
a new
Starfield
IP,
exclusive?
and it's
Oh my
a
God.
console seller.
That's-
It's not like
man,
I'm
come
sitting
on,
here
man.
like it's a
Come on,
brand
man.
new IP. Yes, I understand that it has a lot of workings that are involved in all the games they've ever made. But this is a totally different game. And I truly believe this is the reason why Xbox bought the studio. Because they needed it. And they knew they needed it. And it might have been Phil, whoever played the game, that is a big wig that said, man, this is going to be something amazing. And that's why I go and say it's a new IP. Like, it's not established in the industry. We don't have 5+ games from many freaking genres. You know what I'm saying? So you look at it, but the RPG element of Bethesda comes down to like Elder Scrolls, Fallout, like any of those games, dude. They still support them online on PlayStation. I'm just telling you, I feel like those type of games, they're just going to be like, dude, you know what? We're going to make a ton of money off this, and people are going to love it. You know what I mean? Because seeing this delay, it hurts a lot. I want to play the game now, but at the same time, I'm like, I feel like they're doing something they haven't done before. You understand? We're talking about Bethesda here. They release buggy games. We just accept it. You know what I'm saying? But if they release a game that's like super less buggy than we're used to, because there's going to be bugs. It's a total open world. There's going to be that. But if it looks polished, it plays right, the first-person shooting plays right, you know, if you're shooting in third person, it's not like janky or nothing. Like, you know, it doesn't feel quite right, which I expect because there's not many games that go from first to third person. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. You know, there's only one free-to-play that I can play that really does that decently well, and that's PUBG. And apparently they like dismantled the whole studio. And basically the game's just going to sit there in existence after all these years. And they were so close to making something great, and I just feel like, you know, you kind of left it on the windowsill, and it's just like let it dry up, and you know they're not going to do that. Bethesda has their say. That's why Pete's still there. That's why Todd's still there. These guys can go make, you know, just as much money working for any other company, and we all know that. Okay, like let's be honest here, and like you look at the Starfield thing, and he almost looked like he was about to cry, saying that it's going to be delayed another 3 months. You know what I mean? Like somebody said to him, like, "Dude, you gotta let this be delayed." You know, hypothetically, you know, some of these other games that have come on PlayStation, hey, they might not be delayed, but you're getting all that revenue from the PlayStation side, and right now, in a lot of regions, they are clearly the market leader. So,
all right. Well, let's get back to like, you know, what we were saying about, you know, Jim Ryan and everything like that. Who was I on? I was on Dark, right? And I think we basically wrapped up on that, right, Dark?
We literally just like went into a whole nother.
Yeah, no, and that's what, you know, that's what live shows can do. And we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back now, and you know we're back on you know.
I didn't have anything else to say. I just think that, you know, Sony needs to just shut the hell up, man. You know.
I hear you. I hear you, man. Dude, it's almost over. It's almost over. All right. Let's see. Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man says he's got a little energy for this topic right here. So Jim Ryan, basically, you know, we're not going to accept any deal. We just don't want this deal to go through. Or, you know, you sell Call of Duty, man. What are your thoughts here, bro?
Mr. Ryan, who are you to complain about games not being perfected that are multi-plat, that are produced by you, that go to other consoles and become a buggy mess? Remember Callisto Protocol? It was messed up pretty much on every other console except yours. And other games in that, you know, glorious. That get shared out, you know, that you have the rights to get dumbed down for other consoles. So it's like you're putting your foot back in your mouth again. No one was thinking about that until you brought it up. So now maybe some of these, the CE, you know, the CES and, you know, all these other CMA and the FTC are going to look at some of the trickery you've been doing. No one's talked about that part. But now you just open up your mouth, and now you're going to have people examining some of your misdeeds that you've been putting out for other people. There you go, screwing yourself again with opening your damn mouth on practices that you do to other other consoles. So now that you opened yourself up, I hope you get the whoop ass that you deserve. I'm done.
You know, you bring up something, man, because, you know, I think it was insinuated earlier about, you know, Sony possibly doing similar deals to what they're kind of like talking against. And the funny thing about it was nobody brought up, you know, any kind of examples at that point in time. But you bring up Callisto Protocol, which I know, you know, Sony had a hand in there in terms of development when it came to that game. And you look at what happened in terms of the versions, and yeah, dude, it looks like there was something there that would be like, yeah, no, you don't have to worry about that one. As soon as our version is 100%, like, that's when you release the game. You know what I'm saying?
They did it with Destiny too, but no one ever remembers that way. Said, well, if we could only run 30 frames a second, with the Xbox One X was able to run 60 frames a second for Destiny 2, Sony didn't want that. And that was the time when they had the Activision deal, you know, to make, you know, to have Destiny with exclusives on the PS2.
Exclusive content. Yeah, marketing rights.
Exclusive marketing rights on PS2. So you said, well, we know they can do 60, but we don't want that. So they said every game's going to be locked up at 30 to make it fair. But that was only fair for you and your console, when other consoles and PCs could run it higher. But
yeah, but how do you explain other third-party developers? Because Xbox has been having a problem with, you know, frame rates and stuff like that by other developers that aren't under the Sony umbrella or anything near Sony.
For me, my
you can't explain it.
I was gonna say my explanation. Hold on, my explanation for that is, if you notice from the start of this generation, when it came to third-party and multi-plat games in terms of performance, it's come in waves. Like at the very beginning of this generation, it seemed like the PS5 had an advantage in performance, and then all of a sudden they dipped down. And then, you know, the Series X started gaining the advantage for a while, and people are like, oh, what's going on? And then they're like, oh, the dev kits, you know, they must have matured, this and that, or whatever. And now you're seeing it go back the other way again. It's going in waves, is what it's doing, man. And I think anybody can see that.
I was only talking about games that Sony has the rights to when it's a multi-plat game. You know,
marketing rights. Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah,
it's what devs do. It's what devs do. That do it. That don't. You know, that's totally separate thing. I'm talking about ones that Sony has the rights to, where they try to put their influence in and doubling and making not as performing on other consoles.
Yeah,
that's all, Dark.
No, I hear what you're saying, man. I'm right there with you. I hear exactly, absolutely understand. I think it's interesting that, like I said, you brought examples as well, which should have people kind of like think about that situation. But real quick, we did get a super chat, and shout out to my brother DJ Berto Doss hitting up that super chat. Thank you so much for the support. And he says, yo, Starfield locked in September release. Spider-Man 2 just got pushed back to 2024. Bro, I don't know about that, man, but it's going to be interesting.
Where's your source on that?
Just give me my Forza in the spring and I'll be happy. I don't care
listen,
about Starfield.
listen, Mr. Optimus.
You'll get Forza in
Mr.
October,
Optimus, that is what they call a joke, sir. And I think you need to giggle or something like that, man. That was the proper response, not what you did.
Nope. I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. So, Crispy, do you have more to add when it comes to the whole Jim Ryan thing? Because, like, again, I couldn't believe that. Like, we all knew that's what they wanted. They didn't want a deal. All right, I think we were all like, sign the deal. Because we all knew that's not what they wanted to do. Like, if they want this done. They want it squashed. They want it stopped. Or the new thing is, just sell Call of Duty. What are your thoughts about this, bro? Crispy? Is anybody here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just Crispy not here? This is interesting.
I think he's just done. He's had enough.
He's had enough. He's still here. He's still here.
He's had enough of
still here.
K-Mega and his
He's second guessing his bullshit. That's what
I'm
doing.
It looks like his ring is lighting up like he's talking, but we can't hear you, Crispy.
Hold on, let's see.
Like, unless that's from the gameplay.
Oh, he probably stepped away because it's getting feedback from us.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. Well, who's next on this? Did we, K-Mega, did you get to chime in on the whole Jim Ryan thing?
No, sir, I did not.
I think it's your time, man. You got the spotlight here. Again, absolute craziness, dude. Ever since this dude got hired, man, he says one thing, and then a few months down the road, he'll say the complete opposite, and then be like, what? Like, this is what I've always said. Like, this dude's absolutely insane, man. What do you think about the latest from Jim Ryan, bro?
I mean, this is what he got put on for. I don't know a lot about these CEOs at PlayStation or even at Xbox like that. I mean, but you never really know a lot of people for what they do. But they hired him for a particular reason, and if people think that Jim Ryan is just going off on his own whim and without the people that's paying his paycheck not telling him to do that, then you would be sadly mistaken. This is from right when he started to go after this deal heavily and make the points that he said about like PlayStation about to fall over and they'll go away and become go out like the dodo bird if COD belongs to Xbox. Now it's come down to this. Those steps of the 7 steps of denial or whatever that is, or what is that called?
Steps of separation.
Yeah. And we at the last phase.
Yeah.
He's kind of just like, all right. Well, no, I think it's the one at the end is acceptance. So he's at that one right before that is the one where it's anger. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this is all he got left, and it looked really bad there for a minute because the way that the CMA and the EU and the FTC is all just siding like, well, Sony is the little guy because that's how Sony came out and portrayed themselves as saying, look at old poor little us and all of this. But I think
it's their job to do that. That's their job.
Right, it's their job. It's their job to do that, right? Like that's the whole point of this, right? Yeah. But I think what is the nail in the coffin on this, because like I said, this is not. I was at 98%, but then I jumped down to 90, saying that this deal is going through, which is still very high. Is that whatever these documents that's going to come out here, that's going to be all she wrote.
Okay,
Because-
now what? Hold on. What documents are you talking about? Because I'm right
so-
here with you, man. But you gotta let the people know.
Okay. So Microsoft has asked for documents going all the way back to 2012, I believe, to where they had their marketing deals with other
Third party. Yes.
Yeah, with third party. Right. And so one judge denied it. Then I think they go back to one aspect. They can go back to 2012. But they can go back to 2018. And so that's still
Microsoft wanted them to go back to 2012, and
2012.
they said
but
2018 or 2019.
Yeah, they said 2018, but there's also another aspect to this where a judge granted to where Microsoft can get some kind of information from 2012. I don't know if it's got anything to do with the third party. I think it's got to do something with other things, but
dude, that's the nail in the coffin, bro. Right there.
And you know what happens when somebody is scared, even though they act like they're a big time player, they sell themselves out. Dark just told you what happened. Jim Ryan comes out and says, we don't want Xbox to bring and throttle our games down and mess up our performance for our PlayStation gamers. Well, who does that? Because it's supposed to be parody, remember? You know what I'm saying? You remember there was many years ago when people were talking about parody, because at one point in time there was there were people that saying that the PlayStation was more powerful than the Xbox, and they said that Xbox wanted to have parity, and then all of a sudden the Xbox One X come out, and then there was no more parity in that sense. But then PlayStation all of a sudden. PlayStation already had all these marketing rights deals, but then all of a sudden you started to see games that couldn't perform better on the Xbox One X compared to the PlayStation 4, when you know damn well the Xbox One X is a much more superior console than that. So obviously something is up. And when they started to make the excuses and saying, well, it's in Japanese, and I don't know if these people can read all that. I don't know, man. Look, we don't know if we still have those documents. And it doesn't matter if it's just one game. Microsoft can exploit that as this is what we had to deal with for as long as we've had to deal with Sony and the competitors has had to deal with them going back to eons. But since we can just go back to only to 2018. If you don't think that they haven't been making these type of practices happen, then obviously you're mistaking themselves. That's the nail in the coffin, right there. All they need is one game to show that there was a performance level, and then also just the fact that they can for content. And then in their contract that they got assigned to where those games can't go on Game Pass, or we're
gonna see all that stuff, man.
We're gonna see all of that,
dude.
Stuff.
Even if it's just like 2018 or 2019, you got to think that like the newer Final Fantasy agreement is got to be within that space. You see what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, like and stuff that they have been doing. They would keep doing it within their agreements, because like there was nothing coming down the pipeline. Like Xbox kind of took Sony by surprise with the whole Activision thing, man. So
well, no, they took them all by surprise with the Bethesda thing. With they started to take a surprise, and then they thought it was like, well, okay, that's some good grabs, but that's not really going to affect our what they picked up in 2018, which was Ninja Theory, Playground, Compulsion, and Obsidian, and there was one more, but that right there is where they're like, okay, that's cool. But Bethesda was the first one, right? Like that was like, what? Because there were already negotiations with Bethesda about Starfield, and so to make that a exclusive, having that yearly or 2-year exclusivity rights with that game. So obviously that game was Starfield is a big deal, right? So that pissed off Sony right then and there, right? And so then you move on, and now you really messing with their bread and butter, because COD is their number one selling game on that console, and so therefore it changes. And I've said this: that Sony it's about them having to pay Microsoft to have that game on their platform. That's a no-no. That is absolutely grotesque. And the fact that they can't have those exclusivity rights that they have been just working with Activision. And on top of all of this, even for the people that still are out there saying, man, well, I just don't see the deal still going through, man. I just don't know, man. You think that Activision is still going to have
those are people that don't want the deal to go through, though. Like
no, but I'm talking about Activision and Sony. I understand that money talks, bullshit walks, but this has gotten so nasty. Do you really think that deal between Sony and Activision is going to be as stellar as it was for Sony? I don't see it being that way. And somebody else is going to pick up. It's going to definitely pick up Activision, even if they got to break it up. And Sony, I don't see Sony getting any of it, just because of how they have come in here and tried to show their entitlement and dictate the industry into what they want. Everything else is be damned. Like, the industry is watching them. And I guarantee you they're looking at them side-eye like, damn. Now, of course, they still got to look at them because Sony is the dominant console seller. But the thing overall is that this is not going to be the last merger. This is not going to be the last acquisition. There's going to be many acquisitions. That's why I knew China was going to sign off, because they want Tencent to invest or buy whatever they can pick up.
Oh yeah.
Saudi Arabia. We knew that they were going to, because they're just now getting into the game. Shit, you know how much money they got? They're going to buy everything. So now Sony's desperation is turned into, well, break it up. Let Xbox have everything else, Activision, and let COD linger, so they can have the opportunity to take their little $5 billion, which is not all going to go to, which we talked about on NLG the other night. That part of that $5 billion that Sony that's going to spend for acquisitions, part of that can go on getting COD, and then they're cool because they'll sit there and have their toast. But and I guarantee you, they will play so much hardball with Microsoft that they had that opportunity. They might even make COD exclusive. They might make COD exclusive. So how is it that people are over here looking at? No, Microsoft is not. Microsoft looks at this whole situation, and I get what Crispy was saying, but it's only with certain type of IPs. It's not every IP, because we have come to and I've even was wrong about this when I had this discussion with Mooch many years ago, when we was on BGST, where Mooch was saying, look, the exclusives matter. And I'm like, no, the third party matters. And so he was like, no, the exclusives do matter. I was wrong about that. The third party they make the most money. But the exclusives matter to have an identity for your console.
Well, the third party also brings in a bigger audience too.
It brings in a bigger audience, absolutely. But see, this is the thing with a new IP. This is why Forspoken is in a state that it's in, because it's a new IP. It should have been a multi-plat. It should have had better backing in the sense of having everybody getting a chance to play it. But that's like kind of say, well, it's a well-known property. Final Fantasy is a well-known property. But Final Fantasy is being locked down on the PlayStation. Hell, they're even saying
Can't you say the same thing for Starfield though?
What happened?
That's what my
Can't you say the same thing for Starfield?
That was my point. Was saying like, look, if that.
Go ahead. Sorry, K-Bagger.
No, it's fine. That's what I was trying to say is that if that point was from my point of saying, look, okay, yeah, it's a new IP that wants to get, that needs the exposure, then I could see that game being put out there and being on everything. But Skyrim or Elder Scrolls, that's already established. Just like Final Fantasy, just like let's see another single player game. Okay, like Spider-Man. Sony locked that shit in, and they don't even own that shit. They just own the movie rights. They don't own nothing to the game rights.
There's a different story with Spider-Man.
Oh, come on.
Because what happened was that Marvel went to Xbox and they went to PlayStation, and Xbox turned them down. And so They went to
I didn't think-
PlayStation.
I didn't think-
PlayStation
I didn't
said
think Marvel owned.
Hey, look,
I didn't think Marvel
where's that
owned
come from?
Spider-Man beforehand.
they do. They do.
No, I know
Yes.
they owned them there, but did they own them beforehand? I mean,
No,
when
yes.
they went to Microsoft. Okay.
Yes.
You need to drop in DM a reference to that, please.
They said in a fucking article, dude. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
yeah, no, it was already put out there. They went to Xbox first.
No. But
You can look it up.
Yo, Marvel, hold on, guys. I know the thing. I know
Let
it.
me make up. But it was Activision. It was Activision that came to Microsoft. It wasn't.
No, Marvel. Marvel
it was
came.
Marvel,
Hold
dude.
on, Marvel came to Xbox looking for them to take a superhero. Every superhero was on the table to make a video game on, and they turned it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I knew about that. Okay. All
Yeah,
right, well,
Spider-Man was
okay,
there.
I
They could have made a Spider-Man. They could have made an
I knew
exclusive
that.
Spider-Man.
I knew that. We've had that discussion about that. But
Yeah.
I thought it was Activision that came up there. Well, I guess Activision, they lost the rights to it, and then I guess okay, Marvel got it. You're right.
Yeah.
My apologies. Okay. All right. But my point, it's not. It's
I've
so
never heard of this. So
yeah, no, that was out last year.
I
Yeah,
want
it was
to see the reference. That's all. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, no, we'll just type it up.
I'll send you something in the DM.
No dick
Yeah,
pics, Dark.
Nah,
No
it's
dick
true.
pics, Dark.
It's true, Crispy. The facts were true. It was talked
Yeah,
about
but-
2 years ago.
I just want to see the reference. That's it.
Okay, but my point about this, it really is still the same because, yeah, they did go at that time. We're talking about 2013. Xbox was totally different. Now, if they came to Xbox here when Phil took over, that might have been a different story. Maybe not. But my point on that was that would people still give it the love that they gave it if, let's just say, that they gave Spider-Man to Playground or to the Coalition? You see what I'm saying? Or
Spider-Man to Playground would have been very interesting, man.
Right, well, that's what I'm
that
saying.
would have been
Or a
interesting.
second party developer. Yeah, a second party developer. It just was the right fit for the right time for Spider-Man and Insomniac and Sony. So but it's still an IP that has been
Oh,
for
shit.
many,
Yo, K-Mega.
for generations.
My bad. You just had me thinking, like, at that point, because at that point in time, Insomniac was still independent. So they still could have got them to
put
do
an article in
Spider-Man on
Yeah,
Xbox, bro. Like, that would have been
Right, no.
like Insomniac
Yeah.
doing Spider-Man on Xbox.
But then Xbox was on some bullshit because Insomniac wanted to work on Sunset Overdrive 2, and Xbox was over there piddly paddling around. So again, you know what I'm saying? So who's to say that Spider-Man under Xbox would have been good? Nobody knows. And especially with the scrutiny the way Xbox was getting back then, it might have got ripped apart. So it just was the right place in the right time. But again, overall point I'm trying to make, Spider-Man is a well-established franchise, and Sony locked that shit up. And bought the studio after the game was released, a year after. So again, that's because they wanted to see if the game was going to do any good.
That was a great deal. That was a great deal for them, man.
It was a great deal. So that's, to me, is that like with established IPs, the people will go to where those IPs are. Period. So for this whole thing of thinking that Xbox has to, I do agree with Crispy to a certain extent that Xbox wants to be publisher, but they also want to still have those exclusives to have people to buy.
They want to be something new.
The consoles.
They want to be something new.
They want to be something new and sustainable. So
Yes.
and they do want to take over everything in the market. That's the whole thing. But Sony will not allow Game Pass or any type of way of Xbox shit, because Sony has to keep paying into Xbox to have any of these IPs that's coming that Microsoft owns on that platform.
Mega,
And Sony
I
just doesn't want to spend that money.
I gotta teach you some law speak, because you never say that they want to take over, every part of that. What you do say though is they want to create revenue streams in every district of the gaming industry, like that. You don't say take over, because then it's like they're trying to create a monopoly, and before you know it, people on Twitter are saying that you want a monopoly. You know what I'm saying?
But is it no different? Right. No, I got you. I understand it, but I'm not a lawyer, so therefore I can just say, because then that's what Sony is trying to do.
Neither is Bob.
Sony makes TVs. Xbox
My sister's a
doesn't.
paralegal, though.
Sony makes cars.
Okay.
Xbox.
Yeah.
doesn't.
But anyway,
So-
to end my point on this, Jim Ryan is He's very out
Crazy.
of pocket. He makes Sony look very entitled and out of touch. It really bothers me to see that there are PlayStation gamers out there that supports that type of rhetoric, because if this was Microsoft or Nintendo, what do you think that their language would be about that? So that's not good for business. And I know the industry is looking at that. They still got to work with Sony for sure, because Sony has the bigger platform when it comes to consoles. But Microsoft is starting to approach this path where consoles are going to start becoming more irrelevant. I don't see the PlayStation 5 beating the PlayStation 2. I mean the PlayStation 4. I don't see the PlayStation 5 catching up to the PlayStation 4 in overall sales by the time that they get to PlayStation 6. I just don't see it.
And then with the PS6, you're gonna see, because then services and stuff like that, multiple devices, it's just gonna be a mainstream thing, and you're not gonna see sales like you saw from the PS2 probably like ever again.
You guys think that Xbox is just gonna take over, don't you?
No, I do not. No,
I just think that Sony... the space is going more virtual than physical. The entire space, the entire industry.
That's why they have their PlayStation Plus Premium and extra tiers.
Yeah,
and they have that.
Well, and what I'm saying is, over time, the services are going to be stretched over multiple devices. We're seeing it with Game Pass right now. You're eventually going to see PS Plus when it comes to PC and stuff like that as well. And
honestly, I don't even think they're even going to have devices.
I mean, the only argument that Xbox will have against what PlayStation
I said no
is the day and date exclusive.
That's a big
really
difference.
What it comes down to.
It's a big difference.
And as PlayStation continues to ignore that, I mean, it's going to probably bite them at some point. There's going to be a point in time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then that's where I go and say, like, Xbox is going to say, you know what, like, there are certain games that are legacy titles that have been on PlayStation that we're not going to take away, because the regulators really don't want to see it. And if they want to purchase more down the road, if they play right, it's only the logical step. I'm just saying.
Dude,
I think Xbox has got maybe two to four more studios and I think that there'll be maybe one more kind of big one, and then the other one will be kind of maybe smaller studios, and then they'll have their 40 plus, or if they're trying to make it to 50, I guess. But I think they're trying to get to 40, and then they're going to just be done, because just think, 40 studios under your umbrella. That's a lot of developers working on games. That's the potential to work on a lot of games. So now the next phase is to work on your marketing with Game Pass and with the exclusives that you do have and the exclusives that you will have in the future. That's why they will not just only be they will try to be just a third, because if that's the case, then they would have closed shop anyway and then let Sony, because Sony, they were on the way to do that.
I should have been clear earlier. The exclusive is Game Pass. That's the exclusive. So it goes on Game Pass day and date, and then it's released at $70 or $60 on PlayStation for these legacy titles. I know you bring up Starfield, and I understand that there's all these articles that have come out that said, hey, PlayStation's about to buy them for this game, and this is the most important game. And Xbox just had more money, whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? But they looked at that game and they said, we need to have this. No holds bar. And the one thing a lot of people don't bring up is Bethesda ZeniMax was not a publicly traded company. It was private. So the entire purchase is what the purchase was. There's no shareholders involved. The regulators had really no leg to stand on at any point. And that's where it's sad. Like, Jim and everybody else, they all bring up like all of these little things that, they said happened, but apparently they misinterpreted, because those regulators are like, the CMA, for example, are like, no, that's not exactly what happened. I'm sorry.
Well, the CMA and the FTC and even the EU, they have shown that they have not paid attention to the gaming space at all. Now, I think that they will now because they have found themselves to look very ignorant in a lot of situations when it came pertaining to gaming.
Well, I mean, you really think about it, like they're taking one entity out of so many entities, and keep in mind, you can say what you want, but having a Nintendo Switch, which is apparently irrelevant, being offered a 10-year contract for Call of Duty, which they haven't had in, Nintendo hasn't had in God knows how long, really. You know,
Since what? The Wii? The regular Wii?
I don't even remember.
I think there was a Call of Duty for the regular Wii. I think that was the last one.
I think there was.
It's
I think you're
been
right.
so long.
It was for the Wii U, the Call of Duty.
And the worst part is that, like,
Yeah.
as I've said before, a lot of us said,
The beginning of the Wii.
how are you not including Nintendo? It's still a gaming console. It still plays on your TV. I understand it has lower resolution.
What if it's part of Sony's marketing rights
What?
Oh, that's interesting.
to keep COD off the Nintendo?
But why? I don't know why.
Well, yeah,
Because
that
that's a
doesn't make any
rival.
sense at all.
That is not
You
the
just-
worst thought I've ever heard, though.
See, now you put that out there, right? Now people are gonna run with that on Twitter.
What?
So
No,
That's just
we're not
speculation.
running. It is a
I'm not
legitimate
running with it.
question.
It's a
That
legitimate
is
question.
that is actually a legitimate question,
I
and
swear.
that's where we go and say, like, some of us, like myself, are like, let's go no holds bar. Sony, you did this, okay? Like, the amount of, like, absolute, like, obscene things I've seen from anything that Sony says at this point has just been totally blasphemous and just
Blasphemy!
asinine. It is.
Sorry, I
been,
love that word.
Yeah,
It has been one of those things that I look at and I say, are we talking about logic or are we not talking about logic? Like, are we just, like, out of the box, like, you know, hold my ass and, you know, carry me through this, Mr. Regulator or Mrs.
Hold my
Regulator?
ass and carry me through this, Mr. Regulator. That's the quote of the night right there.
I mean,
That's it.
seriously, think about it.
You can't
Think
get any
about it.
better. You can't
Like-
get any better.
Like,
I
are
can't
we
fuck with
we
that.
serious right now? Like, what are we looking at? Okay, like, you know, if you're benefiting the consumer, which these regulatory bodies should do, why are we talking about this when the market leader in those regions are the loudest ones? It makes zero sense. And worldwide, yeah, Sony's still the market leader. Just telling you. Everybody wants to say percentages, this and that. COD will hurt us. This is all speculation. It hasn't happened yet. Guess what? Sony's been the dominant for 20 years, people. And there was only one time where they were scared, and that was the 360 gen, when they got real ignorant. And they're going down that path again. And unfortunately, the other side's like, you know what? Consumers, that's what matters. We might not make out in the end, but we probably will because we actually care. You know what? A lot of people said, delay Starfield as long as you can. And they did it. You know why they did it? Because they needed to. That's what Bethesda said to Xbox. And Xbox said, you know what? We're footing the bill. You're right. And you know what? They took an L. And I want one of them to come out and say, take the L. You know what I mean? Phil, I don't care. Say, hey, we said 12 months. We're sorry we didn't do that. Todd kind of said it in his own way. He almost was crying on that. By the way, if you really look at it, come on. Like, he was near in tears. I'm sorry. But that's the thing. I look at people's body language. I look at how they act. Can you get an interview with Jim Ryan on any platform? Who's telling the truth?
I'll get a hold of his people. I'll drop an email, see if we'll get him on the show.
Oh, I mean, by all means, I would love to see that. I will not be a part of it. I'll just sit there and watch. It'll just be you and him.
Oh, it'd be a one-on-one. Next podcast, one-on-one. Lion, Jim Ryan.
But seriously, like that's where you go and look at it and you say, like, let's be logical here. Like, you're gonna get caught on Game Pass. You're gonna be able to, if you have a PlayStation, you're gonna be able to buy it like you always have been.
Oh no, they're offering it for PlayStation Plus as well. Last thing I heard.
That's what I was gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are at the point, like, Xbox is like, dude, like, listen, like, we've tried. You know what I'm saying? Like, we tried. Like, we're trying to play ball here, and you're just not having it.
It just proves that they have other plans, that Call of Duty wasn't like that gem in the crown that, like, PlayStation is trying to make it out to be when it comes to this entire acquisition. They're like, yeah, no, we'll even put it on PS Plus. Like, cause
actually, you know what? I want to do this, and I'm sorry, Bot. I got to do this real quick. Think of it and vice versa. So Sony's buying Call of Duty. You know, the whole ABK deal is vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us Xbox gamers would be like, oh, yeah, I get it. Multiplayer game, just like they did with Bungie. Dude, we haven't seen a multiplayer exclusive from them in God knows how long.
Dude, if it was vice versa, I'd be like, yo, it sucks for all the Xbox people that play Call of Duty, because there's no way in hell that Sony and PlayStation would agree to keep it multi-plat. Like, they would automatically, this is a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, no.
Like, right off the bat.
You kind of, you summed up what I was saying. Like, it wouldn't be multi-plat, at least if they had the money to do so. I don't think they would. At least, they do the legacy titles, and I believe that, but, like, they wouldn't go after, like, any new titles, like, even if it's like, Black Ops freaking 50 or something, like, you ain't getting it on Xbox. It's just not happening.
No, it's done.
They might release a Warzone, which we said, that's where we thought Xbox was going. It was like, Warzone will be there, and then, at some point, we said, nah, they're just gonna release it, and
yes, I said that the whole time. I said that they're not gonna have Call of Duty exclusive at all.
I mean, Call of Duty, Minecraft. They're up there in the upper echelon of, as far as purchase games and
active users, popularity,
and active users, and all that stuff. And that's where I see Minecraft Legends as, like, a prime example where I'm like, that game's going to sell, like, a lot. And it's going to be cheap. You know what I'm saying? In some way. You want to spend your Plus membership. That's where, like, I'm confused about this relationship between Microsoft and Sony. I'm totally confused. You know what I mean? Because you see something like that and you're like, well, why is there so much hate going on here? Like, you already know that they're willing to do this. You know what I mean? This IP is too valuable to just sit on one platform, and they know that. And that's why they've said, Nintendo, here you go after all these years. You know what I mean? Like, I say, the regulators need to look at that and say, dude, like, they're just trying to play ball, and you know what? Yes, they're going to make money off of it and everything else, but is it hurting the consumer when a console that hasn't had it in years has it? When a competing cloud gaming service has apparently almost every Xbox IP on there? There's a problem. And this is all trickling out now, but they're already releasing it. There's an issue here, and it comes down to Sony being a big old, I get off my lawn. I'm done. like I'm not talking to you anymore.
Yo, real quick, Sir X-Man, a member of this channel for 9 months, put in here, and brother, I gotta say, I feel you on this one. I feel your pain, and I'm seeing, like, rumors out there about a possible delay for this as well. Nothing concrete yet, but he says, where is my damn Forza release date? I need my motorsport. Now, this is where we differ. For my PC. That's right. PC Master Race. Xbox. Hit that like and share, everyone. Let's go.
Like I said, you're not
Sometime
gonna get
in
until like
December.
2030, dude.
You shut up. Shut up. I don't want to hear that. We're not. If you notice that's not a topic tonight. That's not a topic tonight. Because
October, November, you'll be all right.
Yeah,
I'll
you'll
say,
see it
I'll say
in
November.
October.
December.
I'll say November.
No, you'll see it in October because I almost guarantee they want to sell those bundles of the S or the X Series X in November during Black Friday.
I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is it was playable like over a year ago, so I don't know what's going on. But I'm waiting to hear some official word here before we go off on that whole thing. And guys, I gotta say, it is about that time. We're almost at 10 o'clock. We have to wind down. I have work in the morning. Yo, I gotta say, huge shout out to the chat, guys. You have been absolutely amazing as usual. We've had a lot of fun. We could go on and on, man. We could have gotten into the whole Starfield thing, stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure that more topics are going to be trickling down from now until next Thursday. So, we got interesting days ahead. I feel like there's a lot more news ready to explode. But on that note, like a 40-year-old with a comb over, it is time to get those plugs in. And let's start with the OG himself, Mr. Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man! Dude, it's your outro, man. What do you got to tell the people?
See you on GRG tomorrow. I'm done. Gotta finish my vampire. I'm playing Vampire Survivors while I'm on your show. So let's go.
Mega, you gotta teach our brother about, like, he didn't even give a time or anything. He just said, I'm gonna be on
he needs to do
GRG.
better.
Hey,
I'm gonna be on GRG. You check out the time. I'm gonna tell you.
I left that
all
up
you need
to
to
the
know.
master and creator of GRG. Thank you.
Okay, all right, bro. All right, and let's see. Next on the list, let's go. Let's go with the explosive one, Mr. Crispy Bomb. Crispy, what do you got for the people tonight, bro?
Oh man, great conversation.
It was a lot of fun. It was a fun night.
I'm happy that we're ending at a decent time, and we started at a decent time, even though I was late. I'm not gonna lie. At Chris Baum on Twitter, Chris Baum 20 Xbox Live. Find me tomorrow night, 6:30. Be on Doomsayer's Den.
Oh wow!
We'll see you then with that. Yes, and apparently, he has posed the question: if I was the CEO of Xbox, that would be interesting. So tune into that. We have Retro Renegades Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Primetime Gaming Wednesday, 7 p.m. And of course, back here on the next podcast, 8 p.m. Thursday. Prime time, baby.
Oh yeah! Absolutely awesome, man. And let's see. Let's go to the West Coast. Let's get the Angry Otter in here. Yo, Dark, man. Yo, absolute blast tonight, man. What do you got for the people?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Dark Animus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation at the same name. And you guys can also subscribe and like on my YouTube channel that I do live streams. Right now I'm doing live stream of Wulong. And on the 23rd, I'll be doing a live stream of Resident Evil 4 Remake. So yeah, check those out, man. I have about 4 videos on there right now. It's in the live section. And then you guys will find me on GRG tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific. No, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Nice,
right?
Nice, bro. So
Yeah.
we got a streamer over here, man. I gotta check some of those out, bro. You didn't even let me know you were doing anything, man. What's going on here?
Well, I'm not trying to blast people with my stuff, and I'm just doing it for fun.
Like, I want to know when you're live, so this way I could go in there and I could do a bunch of like.
I do post it on Twitter, man. You just never check Twitter.
You just gotta tag my name in there, so this way I know.
Should I just DM you?
You should just you can do that too, because I do that to everybody. Yeah, I do. I spam the shit out of my DMs when the show's about to go on. Yeah. But beautiful, man. I'm definitely gonna check those out. Let's see who do we got next here. Yo, K Mega, another show in the books, bro. As usual. Had a lot of fun, man. Always love talking Halo, especially now, since they actually, they got some good content, stuff I want to like kind of grind for and get in the game. But man, what do you got going on?
Whoa, man, I got a lot going on tomorrow. Going to be on doing three podcasts tomorrow. Going to try to hop on Hams and them's podcast. I had an invite to hop on. I gotta go look and check my notes. Where is it?
See, and I'm also going to
Gamers Initiative podcast tomorrow, and then of course going to be doing GRG. I finally I'm almost done with doing all of my optimization to all of my PC games, so I can finally start working on doing some actual real damn gameplay. After the gameplay last week, I still cannot find where that gameplay went. It just makes me sick to my stomach. But anyway, but yeah, GRG will be popping. I will be a tired probably SOB, so I'm gonna have to let the guys go ahead and just act a fool. But yeah, the mute button will be there if it gets too crazy. But no, appreciate
like
Chris
it did last week.
Yeah, it was wild. Well, it was wild, but it was fun though. It was fun. So. But yeah, come and check out the GRG podcast, 8 p.m. Central, the Lord's time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and in Mozambique, Texas, where Logue stays. He says 2 a.m., but it's actually really like 8 p.m. because it's in Central time. But anyway, whatever. But I hope you guys will come and check out the GRG podcast tomorrow. Also. Guilty Gear Strive came out Monday. I went ahead and I bought it. That will definitely be up for Fight Night Sunday, this coming up Sunday. Also
2 years later.
It's here, baby. I did not know that I was going to buy 3 versions of damn Guilty Gear Strive, but anyway, but it's on the God box, so it's on the best version.
It's on the God box.
But Blaze Blue. I would say Blaze Blue. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle Special Edition will have a trial, a free trial to download, and it'll start tomorrow until Monday. That game is also going to be part of GRG. I said GRG off Fight Night Sunday, so it's going to be all good. Fight Night's going to be in full, and appreciate the people who came and checked me out, even though I came on late when I was doing Fight Night. A little bit nervous trying to see if this thing was going to do something, because I didn't know if I was going to blow up something messing with this rig, but it looked at the stream was crispy. I did have a little audio issue at a couple of at one point, but it kind of ironed itself out, so I got to get that down. But other than that, man, this thing is, I really do enjoy this PC, man. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm not going to flip over to the PC Master Race. The flesh wants me to, but I will not. I will not concede to this power.
He's going over. He's going over. Trust me.
Those frames per second, ain't it, K-Man?
It's a visual. The
visuals and that frames per second. Oh,
pretty soon here it'll be
all I have to say for console gamers: ease of use. That is all.
Pretty soon here.
You absolutely right, Crispy. Absolutely right. That's why.
Pretty soon here, but you're gonna need a Nintendo gamer pretty soon.
I turned it
once
you get everything download updates and it works.
Wow.
No, you're right. No, that's what I've been trying. Like, man, why this game don't play anymore? What happened? What's going on? So I'm looking and going through. We got to go through and open up folders and put in codes and do it. Man, I'm like, what is this shit? Anyway, but boy, when I put in Hogwarts Legacy and I'm playing that shit at 120
that game beautiful,
frames,
bro.
Changed your life, didn't it?
It changed my life. 120 frames, and I'm looking at this bad boy, and with all the trimmings, I'm like,
and dude, I just want to let you know, yo, Mega, I I just want to let you know you're playing an early Game of the Year contender when it comes to Hogwarts, bro.
Well, yeah. From the start, from what I played, yeah, I can tell you that. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, when PlayStation dudes be talking about that shit, man, Returnal, man, that shit was going 150. My benchmarks were 150. Average one was 145 frames up to 200 frames per second. That's too much. I said, man, I'll do 100. I'm cool, but that shit was crispy as hell.
Detroit. You fell in love with how Detroit looked.
Man, Detroit lost. I was
Dude, hold on. Hold on.
Say, give him a picture.
Yo, Mega.
Yeah.
Yo, Returnal can't run better on a PC, man. It doesn't have that SSD, bro.
Hey, you know what I did last point, because I know we got to get out of here.
Yeah, we got to go.
I tested out Forspoken and I tested out Returnal, and I put them on because I got 2 old school hard drives, and I put them both on there. Both games worked absolutely.
Oh shit!
They just ran a little slower, but other than that,
it works. It runs better on PlayStation, but you know.
Oh!
All right, man. Hope you guys
Didn't he just say 150 frames per second? I swear he just said that. But yo, shout out to the chat, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Of course, Crispy, that's prime time. See, that's what you just said that.
Yeah, that's what we're waiting for. But
yeah, he just said that. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Have a great night, and we will see you next Thursday for
PC Master Race,
the next podcast.
PC Master Race, no,
never.
I love Xbox. I love Xbox.
It's in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we